Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? Hope you had a great week this past week, or the last couple of weeks, as the market has been very good to us. In this video, I wanted to give a quick analysis on what's been happening. And I'm going to talk about gold, EURUSD, GBPUSD, and GBPJPY. And as usual, I'll start off with gold from the weekly time frame. And from my last video, as you can see indicated by this chart, I said price was going to retrace a bit after breaking through this resistance at the 1730 area. And if we go down to the 4-hour time frame, we can see that my last week's analysis, I said that price was forming this head and shoulder pattern, and that if you're a day trader, you could have easily capitalized on it upon the break of this the neck of the head and shoulder pattern, and that would have given you a very good price did exactly. And I was able to capitalize on the up move when price gave me this bullish pin bar. So for me, the formation of this candle there, you can see the this candle over there was my indication to go long, and that's why I took my buy trade. And as you can see, over 600 pips on that move. And I said, and this was my target around the 1800 level, which price got to. Now my target, because you can see here that the price has tested that area in the past, and that price has gotten back to that level. What I'll be looking out for this week again is price reaction around that area. Okay, so I'll be looking to see if price will indeed break that level, or if price will bounce off that level. So the next few candles are very important on the daily time frame and 4-hourly time frame as well. On the 4-hourly time frame, I say this because this can just go ahead to give us this sort of double top pattern here, and then bounce to the top side. So if price gets into this area again and then gives us a sort of bearish signal, bearish candlestick pattern, then we can look to take our sell trade from there. On the other hand, if price goes beyond this level and breaks above it, then we should be looking to enter our buy trade. So we'll be looking for, and for price to break this level again, we'll be looking for a very strong candle that goes strongly bullish to break through. And once that happens, then we know that definitely that area has been broken, and price will most likely continue all the way to the top. So it could break, and then price will quickly come down to retest this area and then move back up to the next significant resistance level, which for me would be around the 1870 area. So again, this is a very good move for us to capitalize on, because if we're able to take our buy trades from there all the way up, we should be looking at 650 to 700 pips on that move, and probably risking about 150 pips. So this would be a very good trade to take if price does play out the way we're expecting it to play. So the way I would advise for you to trade this is for us to wait, because right now the last daily candle you can see from this sort of bullish pin bar just at this level here. So, and it shows that there's still a lot of buyers in the market, although sellers tried to push price back down, but buyers were able to overcome and push back price back up into this resistance area. So the next candle that will be formed will be very important. So if the next daily candle, for example, forms and breaks above this level, so forms and goes up and breaks there, all right, then we should be looking to capitalize on that sell move, okay, on that buy move, sorry. So if price is able to break that level, that will be very good for us. And if it does break this area, I'm expecting it to break strongly as well, possibly with this sort of candlestick pattern. If price doesn't break strongly, then I'll say you should wait, because most likely price would retest, and then we take our buy trade on the retest. So, and the reason why we wait for the price to come back to retest area is because this may be a fake out move, and price may just continue to the downside from there. So we always have to wait for price to get back into that area, and if price gives us a good reversal pattern, like a bullish candlestick pattern, then we can take our buy trades to the top. And again, generally speaking, this is what I'm expecting. I'm expecting buys to continue for the time being, but as we know, with forex anything can happen, and it's very easy for price to more or less just bounce from this level. So we'll wait for the other daily candle to close and see what happens. So my advice generally would be wait for to see what the Monday candle does at the end of the day. If the Monday candle gives us a strong bullish move, a break out of that area, then most likely price will continue. So there definitely would be a retest of this level here. So wait for that retest, then you take your buy trade. Or if on the other hand the Monday candle gives us some sort of a bearish candle, then most likely price may just retrace to the downside. So I would say you should wait for that to happen as well. But my bias generally for gold is bullish. So that has been my analysis for gold for the upcoming week, and these trades I'm talking about are swing trades, by the way. So I am not looking at the smaller time frame to talk about day trading. I'm talking about swing trading. I'm talking about you holding your positions for a few days to about a week to see how price plays out. Next, I'm going to talk about my analysis for EURUSD. EURUSD, again, like I mentioned last week, I said two things could happen with EURUSD, or last couple of weeks in my last video, because this was the candle that formed there, this bearish doji candle. I said price could as well retrace back down into this area here, okay, before price bounces to the upside. Although I said generally I am bearish, I am bullish, and I'm waiting for a buy. Price didn't get all the way down to that area, but price did give us a buy level, especially after breaking through this resistance area. And looking at it on the weekly time frame, the break of this resistance area, for me, it just indicates that price most likely will continue. You can see how strong the break was out of this resistance level 1.03 or 1.04 area. Price broke strongly to the top. I'm expecting price to get all the way to the 1.08 area, okay. And this is what we'll be looking to capitalize. Now, will price go all the way through, or could there be some sort of retracement back down before this continues? So that's what we'll be looking out for, because if there is any retracement back down into the 1.04 area, then we should be looking to take our buy trades from there, rather than all the way rather than the top here. If we go to the daily time frame, we can see that price has broken the resistance area. Okay, now this resistance area, you can see there's also a minor resistance area that I drew from the 4-hour or hourly time frame, and in my mind I was like, if price breaks that level and comes back to retest it, then I'm taking my buy trade. Okay, and that is exactly what happened. So if we look at the 4-hour time frame, we can see that minor resistance area that I drew here. You can see price broke through it, came back down to retest it, and now it's going all the way to the top. So which is what I am expecting. So the way I will trade this gold EURUSD is to buy when the market opens. Okay, now this may be a bit risky, so I wouldn't be putting a lot of positions there, but I will take my buy trade for EURUSD, risking about 200 pips, and then taking my profits just there, about 250 pips thereabout. So it's not a very good risk to reward ratio, but I am definitely expecting price to continue. So I would say if you're not in this trade already, in this buy trade, then you can always enter your buy trade for Euro USD, because I'm expecting price to continue to the upside this coming week. Okay, and that is what I'll be looking out for Euro USD. Just make sure that you have very good risk management, because it's extremely important. If you decide to say, because I said most likely price will go to the top, you're going to risk all your capital for that, then you know, with Forex anything can happen and you may end up losing all your money. So I would say just wait if you're not sure of this risk to reward ratio. But if you want to take this trade, then make sure that you have a proper risk management and you don't risk all your capital on this particular trade, because there are other opportunities for you to capitalize on, like I've shown you on gold. So just like gold, Euro USD for me is a buy for this week as well, and then I'll just be looking forward to entering the market when it opens. So generally that has been my analysis. Even if you go to a much lower time frame on the daily time frame as well, you can see that still it's the price coming back down to retest that area, and then price heading towards the top. So generally speaking, I think price is still very much bullish, and the reason why I've given this enough space for this stop loss is that there could be a week to come down. And the reason most people end up losing out is that they put their stop loss so tight that price ends up weakening, taking them out, and then continuing the move to the top. So this can happen as well, and that's why I've given enough room you know, for that, if that's eventually happens. So you need to take note of that as well. So next I'm going to talk about my analysis for GBPUSD. So for GBPUSD, as I mentioned last week as well, if you go down to the 4-hour time frame initially, last week I said that price was forming this triangular pattern, and I said two things can happen with the formation of this triangular pattern, right? That price could either continue down and break this lower level and then continue to the downside, or price could bounce from the lower level, break the top, and continue from the top side. And that is what happened. So the bullish move was the one in favor, and when that happened and price broke through that area, giving me this strong bullish candle, I was able to take my buy trades to the top, and this trade gave me almost 400 pips. So a very good trade overall for GBP USD. Now, so for this week, if we go down to the weekly candle, so we can see price moving strongly bearish, you know, after breaking strongly bullish, sorry, after breaking this trend line, and now price is heading, in my opinion, to into this area here. So the 1.26 area, that's where price is entering now. And we're just going to see how price reacts to that area. So right now we are at a resistance area that's around the 1.23 area. That's where we are right now, a significant resistance area. I said significant because you can see price testing it here previously in the past multiple times as well. And now price has approached that area quite strongly. So I will be expecting price to break that area. Even though I'm expecting price to break that area, I wouldn't rush to take any sort of buy trades there. Okay, so this is the area we're looking at. So what I'm going to do for this really is to wait for a candle, especially the daily candle, and I'm very specific when I say the daily candle for either the GBP, the Euro USD or gold, as well as the GBP USD now. That once the daily candle breaks, and if it breaks strongly as well, and then most likely price will continue all the way to the top. So what I'll be doing is waiting for that break to happen, and if that break doesn't happen and price gives us like a a bearish reversal, then I'll just wait for that bearish reversal, because most likely that reversal may end up being a retracement anyway, and then if price goes down to a lower level, I'll look for better opportunity to buy. But generally my bias is towards the buy side for now. And on that break, you can also wait for that on the 4-hour time frame, where we're looking for a stronger candle to break through, and then possibly a retracement as well. But I would say overall the daily candle is what we're looking at. So a break of a daily candle that closes strongly above this level, or like a strong bullish candle that closes above this level, then you should expect that price most likely will continue to the upside. It may retrace back into that area, and if it does, wait for your bullish reversal and then take your buy trade to the top. And like I said, where we will be targeting would be the next significant area, which would be up here, so just around the 1.26 area. So I hope that you will be able to capitalize on that. Make sure you don't risk a lot. I keep stressing this because it's very important. If you risk a lot, then you would end up losing your capital. So risk management is very important, because it's not all the time that the market goes in our favor. Ensure you have a very good risk to reward ratio, and ensure that you don't risk all your capital as well, so that in case the market goes in the opposite direction, you would always be able to come back into the market to capitalize on it. All right. So finally in this video, I'm going to talk about the analysis for GBPJPY. Now with GBPJPY, again, let's just go through the weekly time frame first, and then we go down into the 4-hour time frame. So on the weekly time frame, what I was expecting last week was price actually getting back to this area, this zone there, the 169 area, which is exactly what happened. And I was like, if price breaks that area to the top, then most likely price will continue. Well, price got there, I was able to capitalize on that move, and when price got to this area on the 4-hour time frame, price gave me a bearish reversal, so I was able to take my sell trade to the downside as well and enter multiple positions. And I'll show you how I did that, and then I'll show you what I'm expecting for the coming week as well. Okay, so when we go down to the daily time frame, the daily time frame, as you can see, price moving back up, and when price got into this to test this area here, 169 area, as you can see, was tested previously, price bounced off that level to the downside, and I capitalized on that. And on the 4-hour time frame, we can see it clearly as well. You can see that once price got to that area, giving me this bullish engulfing candle, bearish engulfing candle, I was able to enter the market. And then I drew this trend line as well, and immediately price broke that level. It didn't really break it strongly, so it came back up to retest that area, as well as this forming like a double top pattern, sort of like forming this sort of double top pattern, and then price continued to the downside, hitting my take profits as well. So again, this is how I was able to capitalize on the market last week, and entering multiple positions as price went down upwards. So this week, if we go back to the weekly time frame, what I will be expecting is for price to continue this down move. Okay, so as you can see, last week closed strongly bearish. Price didn't break below this area, this 165 area, rather closed above it, but I'm expecting price to still break that and continue to the downside as well. Again, this for GBPJPY, I will be very careful. I wouldn't want to risk so much because of the uncertainties in this market and the way price moves quite rapidly as well. So how will I take this trade? Well, the way I'm going to take it is I will wait for price or the daily candle to break below the 165 level. Okay, so if you can see here, price tested that area 165 level, there, tested it there again, and price tested it there. Price played around a bit with it, just around this area here where price broke through it and then came back to break above it again, and then you can see price coming back down to retest it twice. So again, if price breaks below this level on the daily time frame, then I'll be looking to enter my buy trades from there. But again, you just need to be very, very careful. And again, I'm saying very, very careful because if I look at the market closely as well, you can see that possibly, just possibly, there could be a reverse head and shoulder pattern forming there. So you can see this, the left shoulder down to the left head, down here as well, and then the right shoulder. And if price continues to the upside, or price bounces from there to the upside, then you could be looking at a reverse head and shoulder pattern. So this is one thing to look at as well in the market. So it's about perspective, and it's about seeing how price plays out eventually. So because price has rejected off this area is still holding quite nicely, the 165 area. If the next daily candle, for example, or most likely the next daily candle closes bullish, right, then the likelihood of the reverse head and shoulder pattern happening is very high. So usually Mondays are days where I don't normally trade, except if I decide to day trade on the Monday, but which I rarely do. But if I decide to swing trade, I rarely would trade on the Monday. Monday would be candles are usually like my deciding factor to see where price is heading for the week. And if price gives us like a bullish signal here, or like a strong bullish candle on Monday, then we should be expecting price most likely to continue and then complete that reverse head and shoulder pattern. Again, that would be a bullish move, as we've seen for gold, euro USD, and GBP USD. So I hope this video has been very helpful. I hope that you've been able to learn something, and I hope that you'll be able to capitalize on the trades as well this week. And the most important thing going into the week, again, I'm going to stress this, is ensuring proper risk management. I can't stress this enough because it's extremely important for you to stay in the market. Strategies strategies are important, but not extremely important. But risk management and then the trading psychology as well, not to be greedy at all, knowing when to exit your trade. It's very, very important, especially when you see the market is not going in your direction, and then knowing when to not to trade, very, very important as well. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, kindly leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to the channel for more analysis videos. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great week ahead. Peace.
I can't forget the day we met. Your eyes so blue, me pressing through. I can't forget